Hello, and welcome back to my channel. Today, I'm talking about how I paid off over $100,000 of debt using my coaching business. So a little bit of backstory, I started off as a social worker making $2,500 a month. I had a 3-hour commute to my 9-to-5 job, and I had 6 figures of student loan debt and some credit card debt as well. And so I was swimming in debt, and my little paycheck of $2,500, which I had to use for every bill because there was nothing left over, I knew that I had to start a business, so I started a coaching business. I knew that I had just a few skills to be able to help people as a coach. And so that's when I started my coaching business, and now I'm a multiple 7-figure coach helping other women of color do the same. When I first started my debt-free journey, one of the biggest shifts that I had was I had to stop thinking that the debt was gonna attack me from the computer screen. I know this sounds dramatic, but hear me out. We think about debt like it's stopping us and holding us back, when really it may stop us from buying a new car or opening up a new credit card, but you are able to have an amazing life with debt. Most of us do. Most of us have debt, and we have an amazing life. The debt cannot come out of the computer screen and attack you. Once I just saw that the debt was just a number on a screen and I was still able to laugh with my friends, I still had a home and a roof over my head, I still was able to make money, I had a means of bringing in an income, I still able to have fun and have memories and share things with people that I loved, I realized that I had a pretty good life with debt and that it could not take away my happiness. What this did was it reduced my anxiety about the debt and allowed me to have more capacity to think about earning more. So many times people want to pay off their debt, but they're hating themselves as they pay off their debt. They're shaming themselves, they're talking to themselves negatively, they have really mean words to say to themselves, like, why'd you get into this? You're such a mess up. Why would you even do this to yourself? Like, this is 100% your fault. And it's so hard to pay off debt with that mindset. So the main thing that I had to do was I had to say, hey, the debt is not gonna attack me, it's not gonna hurt me. Sure, I can't go out and buy a car today, I don't need to buy a car today, but it's okay, I'm going to get out of this eventually. The second thing I did was, I'm gonna say the B word, which was I put myself on a budget. And I did not restrict my spending, I just realized where was my spending going. So I looked at my spending habits and I said, okay, this is how much I'm spending out on eating out, I'm spending out on yoga class, I'm spending out doing these things, living my life. It was just super helpful for me to know those numbers. So again, I wasn't restricting myself, I just had awareness over my numbers. From there, I decided that my 9-to-5 job would cover my expenses, all those expenses, and then everything else that I made in my business would be extra. This is really important because when people start making money in their coaching business, they want to give some to their family right away. They want to start paying off debt right away. They want to start investing more in their business. They already have like a plan for that money. When you first need to decide how can, as much as possible, how can your minimum payment come from your 9-to-5 job first. And then with everything else, then that gets put on top of what you're already paying for your debt. So my minimum payments was covered by my 9-to-5 job, then everything else from my coaching business could actually go to my debt. And so it's so important to be thinking about what is that budget so you know how much you're spending. And then if you know how much you're spending, you know what's extra, then everything extra can go towards the debt. And then from there, it became a game. So after all my bills were paid, I would have $200 left in my account, $300 left in my account, $1,000 left in my account if a client paid in full. And I would put all that money towards my debt. And it became a game where I was constantly paying off debt little by little with all the extra money that I made from my coaching business. And I love that my coaching business had an unlimited amount of income. I was always signing clients. There was no cap, there was no salary band. I was always bringing in that money from my coaching business. And then before you knew it, I first paid off $30,000 in 1 year, and then I paid off about $70,000 in the next year of my business. And I was able to fuel all that with the income from my coaching business. So one of the biggest lessons that I learned was I had to decrease my shame for my debt, and then that allowed me to create a budget and create a plan and have the capacity to set sell. It was so hard selling and growing sales in my coaching business because I was shaming myself, making myself feel bad. So I had to stop shaming myself in order to grow my coaching business income to pay off my debt. Thank you so much for tuning into this video. I hope it was helpful, and I will see you in the next one.